figures on the outside. Please come bring your candle in 1 minute. And then you can take the There you go. Cushion or chair? Are you okay? And then be sitting. Sort of understanding. So not on this side, on this side. All right. Welcome to the city. I am the lost, I am the found. I'm rising up while bowing down. I am a woman planted in truth. I am reclaiming my sacred roots. We are the forms of who we want to be. So come untethered, your soul is free. We're here to heal, we're here to thrive. We are a dream who's come alive. We light the candle, our hearts awake. The illumination for God's sake. A revelation for God's sake, for God's sake, for God's sake, for God's sake. Sing with me. For God's sake, for God's sake, for God's sake, for God's sake. For God's sake. Now please stand up, my lady. So we're going to create this sacred container with song. When I say Amale, you're going to sing Ale Mama, and I'm going to sing Amale. And then you're going to sing, Ale Mama, and then I'm going to sing, Aleo, and you're going to sing, Aleo, and then I'm going to sing, Aleo, and then you're going to sing, Aleo, and then we're all going to sing, Ale, 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 Mama, Ale, 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 Mama, and we're going to welcome these men into this sacred container. Amale, ale mama, amale, ale mama, Aleo,
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 Ale, mama.
Ale, 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 mama.
Ale, mama.
Ale, 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 mama.
Amale,
Ale, mama.
amale,
Ale, mama.
aleo,
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 ale, mama.
ale, 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 mama.
Ale, mama.
Ale, ale, ale,
One
mama.
more. Amale,
Ale, mama.
amale,
Ale, mama.
aleo,
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 ale, mama.
ale, 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 mama.
Ale, mama.
Ale,
Ale, mama.
If we could just beam the man. Please sit down. It's a tight squeeze. We got a full house. Is everyone semi-comfortable? So thank you, everyone, and welcome to the Goddess Temple. We welcome you men into our very, very sacred space, and we do not allow you in here very often. So we are really thrilled to have each and every one of you today. This is really, really special. And I always about exclusion, it's about inclusion, both for all the women, that there's, you know, we welcome women from all walks of life, but we also welcome the men into our space, and we hold you in our hearts today. So thank you for being here, and we are very excited to have you. So I am Tanya, the creator of the Sistership Circle Virtual Festival, which you are all a part of tonight. It is our second to last night for the festival. We have people tuning in on live stream, so I don't know how we can wave to the live stream, but hello, live stream. Welcome. This is going to be really, really special evening, and we're really excited to have you with us wherever you are in the world. And I want to read you something from my book, Open Your Heart, How to Be a New Generation Feminine Leader. Upon suffering beyond suffering, the red nation shall rise again, and it shall be a blessing for a sick world. A world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separations. A world longing for light again. I see a time of 7 generations when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and the whole earth will become one circle again. In that day, there will be those among the Lakota who will carry knowledge and understanding of unity among all living things. And the young white ones will come to those of my people and ask for this wisdom. I salute the light within your eyes where the whole universe dwells. For when you are at that center within you, and I am at that place within me, we shall be as one. Chief Crazy Horse, September 1st, 1877, 4 days before he was assassinated. So tonight is about us taking that wisdom from the old generations, from the past generations, taking that wisdom from tribe and merging it with modern day. And so that's what our ritual is tonight. We held this ritual for the first time back in February 2013, and so we thank all of you. Many of you men were there, and thank you for coming back to share with us tonight. And so how we want to start this, of creating that unity and merging of the old generations and the new generations, is with an ancient tradition. And so if everyone could please stand, what we're going to do is we're going to call in each of the 4 directions, calling in that wisdom from each.
To the north, which is this way, approximately. To the north, the element of earth, the season of winter. We call in introspection to our gathering tonight. When the outer world is dark, we go within to call forth our inner light. We open our hearts to the pain and suffering of the world.
The element of air, the season of spring. We call in inspiration from the rising sun to our gathering tonight. We give our listening generously to one another. We are receptive to what the universe offers. We honor a commitment to live life to the fullest.
To the south, the element of fire, the season of summer. We call in determination for our gathering tonight. We celebrate this time of intensity and illumination so that we may see what needs to be seen and do what needs to be done. Let our souls be fueled by the fire of passion and dedication to what matters, and help us to take action and fulfill that which our hearts ache for most.
To the west, the element of water, the season of autumn. We call in the ability to trust the flow of our emotions. We are grateful today for times of transition, change, and uncertainty, knowing these times have the power to birth great strength and courage within. We thank you for the patience we hold for ourselves and others as we all flow with the ups and downs of life. We know that emotions and experiences will come and go, and we open ourselves to the love, acceptance, and peace that comes from this understanding. We honor the energy of change and flow in the West.
To the center, we call in unity, acceptance, and connection as one tribe tonight. As we all face one another and meet in the center, we build our container for safety. So if you would all like to sit down now. We're going to transition into the portion of our evening where the gentlemen are going to have an opportunity to share. And in order to create the sacred container, I wanted to just speak about some general guidelines. So first and foremost, welcome. And if you need a bio break, do that as you must, but just make sure that somebody's not speaking while you leave the circle. So we do invite an open connection here and no crosstalk, and making sure that we're not giving advice to each other. So just making those I statements, right? Speaking about your own experience. And is there anything that we need to share with the women at this moment? Yeah. So for the women here, when you speak about your own experience, and you'd like to reflect on something that came up for me was, right? Or this reminded me of something from my past. So we're also going to be keeping those I statements.
And then also for the women, the first part, the men are going to be sharing. And so we just invite you to hold space and to listen for the men's brilliance, men's greatness, and just really hold that center within you as you just listen with compassion and love. Oh, one more thing is when you hear the bell, be mindful of it.
It was winter solstice of 2012 when I made a very deep commitment to be of service and to really rise up to do that. And then it was about a few days later when I get a text from this beautiful woman asking me if I'd like to participate in an event to really deeply listen to men and to honor men and to honor the masculine within all of us. And of course, it was such an immediate response that I said yes. And something really interesting happens when you say yes to an event called Honoring the Masculine. You really have to start doing that in your own life too. And again, it starts from number one, from ourselves and from myself. And that started me on a very powerful journey of balancing the energies of the masculine and feminine within me and seeing how that absolutely has an impact on the way that I was showing up for other people and other people were showing up for me. And everything in my entire field changed. So this is a fundamental process. I've realized that as part of my own spiritual awakening. It's been powerful. It's been just shifted everything in my entire life. So I'm grateful to be here and sitting in the circle of all of you. And we have other people coming in from the internet watching us. So let's just take a moment to close our eyes. And for the men in the circle, let's take a deep breath together. So deep breath in. And exhale. One more with a little bit more sound and energy. And again. And make a sound of release. Really feel the earth beneath you. Like you have roots going down to the ground. You're connected to Mama Earth. And these roots run deep. Let her energy rise up your spine. Sit up tall. Start to feel warmth or coolness through your body. Just become aware of the energy flowing through your system. And above your head, become conscious of the universal energy. And draw that down through the top of the crown of your head until the earth energy and the cosmic energy are meeting. And center your chest and everyone around you. Now, as you sit here and breathe, feel into the space behind you, of the circle of women, supporting, listening, opening, and trusting. Feel their love. Feel the container that is set for truth and for surrender. And as you continue to breathe deeply, feel out into the world, into all the people that are chiming in and tuning in right now, all around the world to this circle. Feel their connection. Feel their presence. Know that you are heard. Bring your awareness back to your heart, your beautiful, luminous, radiant heart. Bring your awareness and presence back into this room. Before you open your eyes, take a few moments to contemplate the question, what does it mean to be a man today? What does it mean to express yourself fully in your masculine energy? And as you open your eyes, I invite you to share, popcorn style, when you feel called. We are listening.
I'll just open the door, talk.
Empowering the expression and development of the feminine. Not taking necessarily the traditional dominant role, but acknowledging that each supports, develops the other, and that one cannot be self without the other.
What it means to be a man today is to recognize the shift that's underway, the fact that the pendulum is swinging back in the direction towards balance, where it's been very patriarchal, and stepping into that wholeheartedly to support that balance of power. In the Iroquois Nation, they had, the men got to kind of have their counsel, and when they arrived at their answer, they would hand it over to the women, the feminine counsel, because they understood at a deep level that that would be where the nurturing would come into the decision. I think protector is the other part that we've been overlooking. Oh.
No.
So for me, what it means to be a man today into the future, maybe, is if you are in a male body and you identify as dominantly a masculine being, I want to just state that to start with. But if that's your identification, I think it means to fluidly play the full act within the full range of energetics, masculine and feminine, but with a dominance. If you have chosen to be this, with a dominance towards the masculine, so that you always are able to rapidly come back and hold that masculine energy, that masculine space. But the ability to be fully play within the range of the feminine energetics as as expression of range and flexibility of understanding of energies, I think is very important, And again, it's not getting lost within that spectrum. It's not like, well, I don't know where I am. I'm over here like that, but it's really having the rooting and the control to be able to kind of go, well, I'm going over here for this moment because this moment requires me to be over here. And now this next moment requires me back here in holding masculine space. And whether that's now or that's in the future, I think that's an important human place to be.
What it means to me to be a man today is non-conditional. I see lots of different posts on Facebook, 12 signs you're dating a man and not a boy, and all this crap that's, here's how real men should act, and it's kind of wrapped up in a more new age thing, but it's really telling people you should act in this way to be identified as a man, or you should act in this way to be identified as a certain thing, when we're all men, and we're all masculine, and we don't need to follow a set of rules that people tell us to be that. So for me, what feels natural to me, and where I define where my masculine comes from, is what feels natural. What do I enjoy doing? What's a natural expression of self and not a falsified attempt at appeasing others into thinking that I'm masculine? What that looks like is protecting. I'm big on that, protecting those I care for, protecting my brothers, and providing. That's a big one for me. Being able to provide for those who I care about is really important. Being powerful, that's a really important one to me. Having presence and power. And that's a really simple equation. It's, being clear on my beliefs, being clear on my values, and being clear on my goals, and making sure that my actions line up with that. So if I say, I want a nice job, taking the proper steps to get there and not getting in my own way. If I say, I don't want to, I want to support my family. Well, if I go off and start drinking and start gambling, I'm not a very powerful man. If that's getting in the way of me supporting my family. So making sure my actions are aligned with where I want to be. And that's definitely a big one for me. Sex is a big one I'd like to talk about as far as being a man today. What does that look like? We live in a society that, men get lucky and women give it up. We're trained as that as children to not really value the man's sex. The man's gift is he gets lucky. He gets some, versus two beings that are kind of meeting in the middle and sharing a beautiful thing. So that's a huge thing for me. It's really valuing my own sexual energy and really valuing partner's sexual energy and having that be a share. And yeah.
I would say that me being a man is the same as being a human nowadays. It's not about polarity and labels anymore, and it's being Republican or Democrat. It's about being a human being today. In the case of being a man, it's about this integration, the best parts of being human. So when I was growing up, there were two options. You could either be the dick or the very masculine brute force, like asserting your will, and that was viewed as effective leadership. Or you could be the wuss. There's sort of the two boxes you fall into, the nice guy who finished last much of the time. And that's old. It's in the past. It's gone the way of audio cassettes. Really, this current era, the man, is someone who is neither. Rather, someone who can stand boldly in their warrior energy and at the same time is a lover, has the open heart. This to me is what makes a great leader and a great human being, is to really have both, that sharp sword and open heart. It's a very exciting time to be a human being and a man this time. Oh.
First of all, I want to thank all the beautiful women for holding space for us today. And since the last time, since the first honoring the masculine event that I attended, I was very privileged to be there. I have grown so much, and I've studied women unintentionally, and come to find out being a man is almost like being a woman, because we were both created equal. We were both the world's greatest miracle. And being a man, to me, I'm going to try from my own experience, is it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to ask for love from your partner when you feel unloved, no matter what the circumstances are. It is being responsible for her and for yourself and for your fellow man, without really holding responsibility or taking responsibility of our actions or our past or what we decide to do. We really haven't grown up yet. As Jim Rohn said, the moment you graduate from childhood to manhood is when you start taking responsibility.
To me, being a man today really arises out of presence. Just being present and meeting what's in front of us in the moment. Being the space for that which is being felt within our own experience, and being that space for those around us, particularly the feminine. And I'll just echo some of my brothers in saying that to me, being a man also very much means being willing to be open, heart open, vulnerable, and also strong at the same time. And finally, for me, it has more recently come to mean taking responsibility for everything that shows up in my reality as my own creation, and as an opportunity to step into a next level of alignment and grow to my full potential. And lastly, I'll honor one of my sisters who shared something that has resonated very deeply with me, which is that as men, we ought to move towards those women that inspire us to become the best men that we can be. And I've truly found that to be the key to my aliveness, my expansion, and my continued desire to grow and expand, is just to be surrounded by incredible, magical, loving, nurturing women.
I experience a lot of almost two forces pulling against each other. On the one side, I really want to be true to myself and express myself and share myself the way I am. And then at the same time, there's another force that kind of tends to help, almost provokes me to back off. It's like, oh, maybe I'm too much, or you know, it can be almost too raw. Like then I want to take care of everyone else. Like, oh, can the people actually handle that? Or especially between a woman and a man, or me and women, like, am I overstepping a line? Do I have to soften it a bit? And then again, I feel like, no, I want to go into this raw energy. I want to go into this raw masculine power and kind of lose myself in that. And then again, especially when you have an kind of a random outside field, it's like, okay, is this acceptable in this field what was brought up before, the same thing with responsibility. I still want to be responsible for my action. To what extent can I lose myself in being really who I am, and then still act responsibly and not so it remains in a constructive spirit and doesn't go into just random. Yeah, it could be violent, it could be destructive, it could be harmful, right? And I want to be mindful of the people around me. So this is always kind of this dance of back and forth, like being aware of my field and then still allowing myself to let go and lose control. And I think this might be true in general, but it's true for me that this is what inhibits me to go deeper into surrendering myself to the situation, because I'm actually afraid that I could be too much, or so I have a tendency to take myself back and really appreciate fields like with male circles or just crazy environments where there is space for one to lose oneself or to fully go into this energy and the field can actually absorb. So it's really nice to be here tonight. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Just take a moment and ask everyone to just feel where you're feeling energy in your body right now, and just put your hand there. Just scan your body and just feel where you feel the energy. And just put your hands in that place. Just take a moment and just feel that, and just breathe into the energy of whatever that is, whatever is moving inside of you, whatever is coming away, whatever is trying to be suppressed down, whatever wants to be unleashed, whatever feels resonant, just anywhere where you feel the energy, and just breathe. And just stay with it.
One of the things that we do in the Sistership Circle is we get really, really vulnerable with one another. So when I invite you to go a layer deeper, what are some of the challenges? What would be the number one challenge that you faced being a man in the world today?
I'll go. Being vulnerable and holding it together. Whether there's the practical side of life, the responsibilities that come with adulthood. My instinct is that vulnerability has no place there. That's a liability. It's going to distract me, it's going to derail me, and cause chaos in forms small or large over time. In relationships, vulnerability, resonated a lot with what you said. Now as a parent, where it fits, where is it appropriate? Where is it called for? Where is it missing? Right? Can you lead with it? Is that too weird or too much for people? Right? It's confusing. So what we have is our social masks that we wear.
First person, please.
Pardon?
First person, please.
Oh yeah. I statements. What I have is social masks that I'll put on as the veneer. And there's it can range from either for me feeling bored, disconnected, right, to in a more extreme case, I feel sick, gross with it, right? For what it's worth, it's getting better. circles like this help enormously. But therein is probably the biggest challenge. Where does vulnerability actually fit into life? Oh.
For me, it's been a healing, integrating, activating, awakening process. I remember in my young 20s, I got some really real reflections in relationship. Johnny, please communicate with me. Johnny, do you even have emotions? Johnny, I want to feel you. I don't feel your heart. Johnny, you're not vulnerable. And there was no manual. And it set me on this quest to understand how to be a man in the world and how to navigate emotionality myself and others without losing my balls, and how to keep my feet on the ground and be practical and still live and integrate in the world amidst spiritual experiences. And my biggest fear growing up, my whole life, was being judged. And so it was that process from other men, from women. So it was that process for me of learning to open my heart, be vulnerable, be real, to be able to show what I was feeling. And it's been definitely an evolutionary process. And I really appreciate what Chris and Chris said, because it's been an ever deepening process for me. Deepening in presence, and it's really easy to get lost in conceptions and constructs of what it is to be a man. And yet, there actually are a whole range of energetics that arise inside of my body and when I'm relating with each unique person. And polarity is real, and it creates an incredible passion in a relationship. So it's been a process for me of like learning to use this instrument and then be open and let it be activated and be vulnerable, and then play in the world and engage and open and be connected to all of us. And then it gets more and more, but I feel a lot more. I feel a lot more pain in myself and others, but it hurts a lot less because there's such a more massive container. So much more free, so much more love. Oh.
Wow.
I think for me, what I see, the shift in consciousness that we're experiencing, is that in it of itself, there's no meaning anymore to be a man. There's no meaning anymore to be a woman. We shifted away from that, where we used to have very clear positions. The word husband in Hebrew means owner. We used to be owners, providers, protectors. We had very definite roles of how relationships need to look like. And for me today, to be a man literally implies that if I'm a man, there is a woman. My meaning as a man is implied as a, not as a useful ATM type of persona or a protector, provider, but I'm used, an inspiration, an energetic that allows the feminine to dance and sing and create. And in that interaction, in a way, to be, I can't even say man or woman, to be human is in a way a process of encouragement or growth, like you mentioned before. That our presence in each other's life comes into being only when we relate to one another. If I'm a man, I'm like a cloud. A cloud doesn't have a gender, doesn't have an agenda, and its masculinity or femininity come into play only in relation to something else. The cloud is let's say, masculine in giving its rain, but it's feminine in receiving the waters from the ocean. Depends where and what situation. So no longer we're boxed into, I'm a man, I need to provide, I need to give, my masculinity looks like that. I have become, and I think that's where I see the world is heading, we have become pieces of art that are to be enjoyed, that to be experienced and are relating. And I think the challenge and the gift of being in form, whatever form that may be, is to truly show up unapologetically, is to show up in full presence, in full connection, which means everything is allowed. I am an incredibly full expressed sexual being. Like John said, there's nothing wrong with that. I am extremely vulnerable and I can cry when I watch my Disney movies. I am allowed to be in my full range of emotion. And my allowing that of myself when I look at my beloved allows her or him to be fully expressed when they watch their Disney movies. And I think that's the evolution of our, not masculine, feminine, but our relating. Our relating is not gender ruled anymore. And the more fluid and flexible we can be in relating to one another, no matter brothers or sisters, only then we can actually allow each other or give permission. Just be you. Who is this incredible Jess? I don't know. She's not a woman, she's not a man, she's Jess, the one and only. And only in my relating to her as she is, as an artist, as a creative spirit, as whatever she chooses to be, I allow her to be full of absolute infinite potential. If she's a woman, she's limited. I'm limited to being a man. So for me, the challenge is not so much with the other, not so much what you will allow me or not allow me to be, but how truly, deeply I allow myself to just be me, without any expectation, without any limitation, without forming a certain reality. And it's amazing. And I'll just end with what we are able to do today. We're relating is shifting. Instead of saying, I need you to be something for me, or I can be something for you, we changed the rules of the game to be able to literally all day long say, oh my God, you're freaking amazing. Wow, look what you make me feel. This is incredible. Wow. We need to live literally every moment realizing that the fact that we have that person there loving us or in relationship to us in whatever form is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. And we only remember that, sadly, when we break up. What happened 10 minutes ago? That was a miracle that happened to you. And the more we allow that to happen, the more our hearts expand and grow.
So in this moment, I'm sitting with just like a lot of fucking anger, and it's like that kind of anger, and it's like, do you know how hard I'm fucking working, like pushing my fucking edges, and my heart is still open, and now I'm the one that's too much, and that's a trip. Like wait, now I'm the one who's like fully expressed, like this is all my heart, and like now I'm the one that feels unlovable, because like you said that, like now I'm acting like a pussy or a bitch. So it's like, wait, like I thought I could do whatever I want and play whatever I want. There's still sort of an expectation of me to like be a man and hold the container, which I understand, and I love doing that for you. And like I love to hold you while you collapse in my arms. Like I love to like put my arms around you and let you be your total crazy. But like who's gonna do that for me? And there's also like, why is the media blaming everything on us? Like everything. And like, why do I hate some of you guys for no reason? Why do I hate other men for no reason? And why do I feel more comfortable hanging out with women than I do with men? And why do every time I go on Facebook, I feel like I'm like a rapist or some sort of like fucking like villain just for being a man? And it's really frustrating. It just fucking hurts, and it's like I'm like committing my life to men's work and like helping men step into like the fullest expression of themselves, and it's just hard. It's like, is there anyone with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I meant,
Feels good having a little edge in here. Just one presence that we find ourselves very fortunately in these opportunity to have these circles, and we're part of a world where this is not known and where being a man does have a lot of conceptions in it. So I just want like that to be part of the space as we continue.
I'll follow on that. First, what it means to be a man today, I would take the word today out. It's a timelessness of who man is and who woman is without a time. So what I hold man to be is the paradox, just like I hold woman to be a paradox. The man holds this huge emptiness like the void. We hold a container space so everything can happen. The crazy, all the stuff. It's the emptiness, just holding the container. And on the far other side is that penetrative, like sort of destruction, sort of creation. And to hold all of that, and just to hold it, and be able to choose at any moment in time to bring the full force and ferocity of either the void or that penetrative power, I think is what it means to be a man. And there's a lot of fucking crazy in there. And that's actually selected for by the women. Why? Because if you need to be protected, you want that whole lot of fucking crazy to come down to protect everything. It's a selection mechanism, and we select for it, which is why we're all still here. That crazy is real powerful, really valuable. And at the same time, we select for the void, the holding of emptiness. I can hold everything. And it's a paradox to hold both of those, the extreme edges, and keep expanding that, and expanding that, and expanding that, because it hurts like a motherfucker to hold so much of that, because you feel so much more. The good and the bad and the pain and the well and the joy, like all of it, and you can sit still and hold it and choose with presence and intention and power and volition. And I find that the way that I'm speaking scares the shit out of most people. And that's okay. Like I've finally learned, for me, how to walk on this planet as me. And so I think the highest form of being a man, and I do believe there's a difference between men and women. We are human beings, divine consciousness, but I have a cock. That's a man thing. Women's got some pussies. That's a girl's thing. Okay? Cool. That's what that is. Okay? I'm a man. I own that. So knowing thyself, like Socrates, like, motherfucker, smart son of a bitch. Smart son of a bitch. Highest form of wisdom. Know thyself. Know thyself. So the path that I choose to walk to become the fullest, most powerful being that I can be, that holds everything, and can, when I need to, bring that massive destruction or penetrative power and sit in that stillness of choice. That is the greatest challenge that I've got going. And it's the greatest joy that I've got going.
And I would add in my life that the strength has come from feeling the most loss. And I cannot be more grateful for all of the women who've said no, and all of the girlfriends and ex-girlfriends, and the passing of my father, to the losing of loved ones, to suicide, to other things. And when you have that, you realize that it's a paradox, and that it really is just a gift. People come in, people go, and when you ride those edges, you're just ready for anything. I mean, it's taught me how to bet hundreds of thousands of dollars and lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and then win hundreds of thousands of dollars. Talk about riding the masculine. The thrill of victory, full complete loss. Just past weekend. But I'm not encouraging anybody to well, at least not on the lottery.
So that's how Peter's stuff was for you right now.
Yeah, there you go. So I really sit here and resonate with some of what you're saying, especially his piece really hit me hard. I do also think that it's a lot easier than we're making it out to be. I think that we're all coming from a place of hardness, toughness. Well, what you put your attention on is what it's going to be. And I'm sitting here going, bring it. What do you got? Not you guys individually, whatever this creator's got in store. And, if someone else is going to go or if something else is going to happen, I'm ready as best as I can be. So that's where I'm at.
A great challenge for me has been my futile attempt throughout the years to conform to the popular view of male sexuality disseminated by the media and within locker rooms. I naturally find myself looking for a real heart connection with my sexuality. And I have struggled with feelings of thinking that there's something wrong with me because of this. And so now in my maturing as a masculine being, it is about owning what I am, disconnecting from that message of how my sexuality should operate, and claiming my manhood in the form that it naturally takes. Ow.
Since I was a little kid, I always had this just unquenchable need to know the truth. Just what the fuck's true? And I wondered for a long time if there was something wrong because I didn't see a masculine or a feminine. I noticed girls and boys and men and women for sure. I desired the partnership and relationship with a woman for sure. And I can say I am very grateful for a lot of the successes and failures, every one of them. When I hear masculine and feminine, it just perplexes me because I think they're meaningless terms. I just don't see the point. I see a lot of anguish. The constant need to find truth was endlessly destroying one story after another, one imposed meaning for masculine or feminine, or one imposed way that I was supposed to show up, a way that I was supposed to love, a way that I was supposed to hold a container, or an expectation of what a woman should be, or my mother should be, or my father should be, and how they should have been relating to each other. And it still is. It's a constant fight. What's the media tell you? Bullshit. What do books about men and women say to us? Well, it seems insightful, and at the end of the day, I go back inside and I go, what's my truth? And my truth, when it comes to relating to a man or a woman, is I simply want to be seen. And I want to have the capacity to see my brothers and my sisters, not see what I want them to be, not see what someone told me they should be, not see anger, but see deeper. And at the same time, see myself, allow myself to be seen. So vulnerability is the greatest, most important, most blissful expansion of who I am when I get a chance to be met by someone that really sees me, challenges me, and has me look deeper into what I am and helps me find the truth. I really don't give a shit if you're a man or a woman. But I do know if I'm in a relationship with a woman that I want to be able to free myself from expectations and needs and desires to see and hear what she wants as much as I want her to do the same for me. That's the only place I know where co-creation really happens. It's the only place I know where love really exists, because it's present, it's without story. If I get into story, I know I'm no longer in love, I'm no longer loving. If I'm in some construction of what I'm supposed to be, that's not fucking love, folks. It's not for me, that's not love, that's not showing up. And I'm without that experience when I'm in those stories. And I steal, I rob from myself. My walls steal from me my ability to love. My vulnerability allows me to be there. And the greatest joy, bliss, sexual bliss in terms of my heart being open. That true bliss and serendipity and co-creation only happens when I get rid of the masculine and the feminine and every construction that's there. So the battle is that truth, getting to that truth, and letting all of the stories be gone.
Oh. You know, Tanya's asking, what are the biggest challenges you've ever had as a man? There's so many, Tanya. Okay. You know, I want to go back to that same moment here, a year and a half ago or so, the first honoring the masculine. I was having the same problems. I love being vulnerable. I don't care who's in front of me. That's me. That's me. And if you don't like it, get the hell out of my face. That's number one rule in my life. I don't care about, it came time where after I grew and read, and all I was doing is learning about one person, and that person is me. When my biggest challenge was, I thought I was a good lover, meaning giving love, emotions, feelings towards my partner at the time. Turned out I was horrible. Actually, I didn't even know what the hell love was. Sat on a quest to find love. And I learned that in order for me to love somebody else, I gotta love myself first. One of my teachers said, you cannot give what you don't have. How can I love my partner if I don't have love for myself? And that's part of being vulnerable. If you're afraid of crying, you're a wuss. Okay? This is how I grew up in a social environment. If you don't cry, you're a boy, you're a man. I don't want to use 4-letter words other than love. Go love yourself, man. So now, So now, I really truly, if it wasn't for this group of men and women, I would not know how to provide love for my future partner. And I got hurt dearly.
We have time for one or two more shares.
I was born in Israel, and I got the incredible fortune of seeing or living in an environment that is extremely hostile. And that hostility makes all Israelis, men and women, extremely masculine. Doesn't matter if they're male or female. We're all in extreme masculine behavior. And what it made me realize, as I've been traveling a lot since then, is that if there's one trait of the masculine form, and again, without gender, is that it lives in extreme protection. Almost everyone you'll meet in Israel, because of the hostility of the outside, they need to protect themselves, men or women. And there are many traits that come out because of that behavior. When I moved to the States, I started dating or relating to women that were, wow, I can't even explain to you how changed that experience, how much I changed, because I realized you can relax, you can enjoy a relationship. It's not like going into the ring anymore. It's not like, okay, I have to protect myself. And in that sense, I see, like Larry said, that those walls that we all have, men and women, are a representation of the masculine force. We are all infected by this, M1 virus, the masculine trait that is nothing more than being guarded. And we're all looking for the antidote of the F1 to go into openness, into, okay, attack me, let's see what happens. And the interesting thing that Larry mentioned also is that as long as I have these walls and I'm so protected, I'm safe, no one will break my heart ever again, that same walls are what is standing between you and enjoying a sunset. What stands between you and enjoying music. It's the same walls. You can't just protect your heart from other people. It's the same thing. And the beauty is that to be able to express to a lover, I need you. I am broken without you. I am lacking without you. Or my heart is in such overflow that if I don't have that one to gift it to, I'm stuck. I feel, well, I'm full. I have to have that container in order to fill someone else or give someone else. But that ability to say, I really need you. I don't need to hold that I'm perfect man, I'm perfect woman, I don't need you, I'm free in the world. That is what's holding you back. And the sad thing is that we don't see that it's the exact same thing. It's not just in your relationships. That's how you can sing. That's why it's hard for you to sing and express your voice. It's all the same behavior. And that's why shifting into relating is so important for us. We need to keep failing. We need to keep trying it one more time, and stop compromising. Because that compromise of I'll go into a relationship and be half-assed and be 50-50, still protecting but not really in it, that will never end. And how many more relationships do you need to do the exact same thing? One more time I'll be protective. Next one I'll protect me even more because of that jerk before. Go into your relationship and break apart, dissolve, be on the floor crying, needing, an ambulance to come and pick you up. That, if you'll break enough, maybe there's a chance that your heart will actually start to open. And in that moment, not only your relationships will work, life itself will love you from every possible direction. There's just no other way. We're human in order to be broken. How?
I don't know what it means to be a man. My the spiritual teachers that I admire most tell me that to be a man means we have an awesome opportunity to know God, whatever that means. I know what my experience is, and as I sit here, my experience has been a lot of fear, a lot of self-governing. I feel like I have a lot to say. I resonate with a lot of what people say, all of my brothers here, and yet I could easily just stay quiet and let myself fade into all of that and say that was adequate enough. When I walked in, I felt a lot of joy from recognizing the brothers here that I know, and then the ones that I don't. Just I felt a real sense of community in that moment. And then I looked and I saw the women. I felt very turned on. I admit that I'm a sucker for beauty, and I feel like there's nothing more beautiful than a female form decked out in expressing their femininity, and then a whole room of that engages my energies. It got me worked up. It made me feel alive and ready to really take on this life. And then I feel this fear come over me, this remembrance of times when I have allowed my energy to be expressed and to be really out there and let my masculinity shine. And it's bitten me in the ass, and I have felt the wrath of woman telling me that I am not appropriate, and I'm not, from my experience, feeling my motives have been misjudged and misread, and so I shut down, and I decide that my energy is too much. It doesn't bring harmony to this space. And then I sit and easily allow everything to go on without me participating. And this is the real challenge here to me as a man, to let that energy be there, let myself be a contributing force, and take the blows with the victories and the celebration, and vice versa, to stay governed, stay in my space, and not rock the boat, not let my energy really infect the community. I think out of that, one of the biggest challenges is just how to be in community, how to relate to people on a day-to-day basis, how to relate to my brothers and not be in competition with them, but to be in collaboration with them, and how to relate to my sisters, that I can enjoy and celebrate their beauty, and in that celebration help them feel safe rather than insecure or fearful. it's to me a daily challenge, and one that I don't feel like I've gotten any better at. Though I've had a lot of experience with it, and it's something I don't see resolving anytime soon. But that I get up every morning with that fear and that challenge, and know that I will go through it. And I guess the only thing that I know about myself for certain is that I'm open to understanding how to make that work and how to live in that harmony and how to create that support. Even if I don't know how to do it today, I'm willing to allow my experience to show me.
So can I make a comment? Do I have time, please?
I'm done.
Jason or Donovan, laser share. I'd like to have your voice in the circle.
Tom, I'm just kind of listening as I struggle with. I just got out of a relationship that is the first time that I actually gave 100%. I went 100%, and I didn't get that back. And I was fully vulnerable and expressed my, and she said she couldn't give me what I wanted or what I needed as a man. And I just felt like the rug was pulled out from underneath me. So it's hard for me to, I'm who knows me, I'm a pretty vulnerable person. And I used to be this hard, tough guy. And I've given that up and become a vulnerable, loving, expressive person. And I'm really happy to be here, to surround myself with these loving beings that all you are. Thank you.
I'm also very grateful to be here. I feel blessed and I'm so impressed with the level of consciousness in this room. And just being vulnerable. Thank you for beautiful shares. For me, one of my main challenges has been really to be committed and to really know my truth and know my hell yes and move forward in that unwaveringly. There's been a lot of doubt. And I guess I could say self-sabotage that has come up, and I've had a pretty cruisy, lukewarm life. So I'm in the process of getting clear and moving forward in my truth and my hell yes, and moving forward in that, and knowing that, and stepping into my deeper gifts and what I have to offer. And the reason that I'm here. And so it's a lot easier to do when I come to events like this and to hear all these amazing consciousness and all the work that's being done. So I'm just really, really grateful to everything that was shared. I share also something
I've had that happen in my life or had a moment of that, or it's just amazing. So I just really, really am grateful for this community and all the stepping into truth so that we can be more authentic with each other and step more into full expression and heart-centeredness.
Right, we were going to move on.
I just have something I think I maybe do quickly. I think it might be worthwhile to share with women for a challenge.
In less than 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Just want to preface this. I spent my life since I was a child training as a martial artist. I've got over 40 years of training in martial arts. I competed internationally. I used to be a semi-professional ice hockey player as a defenseman. I know how to fight. I've been in there. I've been through the whole thing. What I find is that as I get stronger and stronger in my roots and my masculine and my martial skills and so on like that, is that it creates a space for me to feel more and more and more. And so I look at a flower and I might start to cry. Now, I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because, my God, it just went fucking through me. You know, I listen to somebody sing and I'll start to cry. And I'm not sad. I'm feeling. It's like an orgasm, right? I'm at a sports event. I hear people cheer. It just moves through me. I see those children, you know, so like these things move through me. I hear somebody say something, it moves through me, and these are like orgasms. And I can't help but cry. I mean, my whole being is gone. It's like having an orgasm, which makes you cry. I've had those too, which we probably all have. What I find challenging is that at this stage, for me, when I experience life at that level, I find that most of the women that I'm around don't understand that, don't have a frame of reference for this. And that most of the women that I encounter are, like most of the men, going with, you know, are so deeply programmed with things that this appears as, it just goes into the program, this man is weak. It goes into that. It goes into that sort of mental programming, and I think that in many cases they don't think that intellectually, but it still happens. And I see women responding to it that way, even ones maybe who don't want to respond to that way. I see them internally just getting linked into that. And I find that very challenging. It's unfortunate. I find that very challenging. I just thought it'd be really worth throwing that out and letting the feminine hear that. This is coming from, so I've competed internationally. I've done the whole thing. And it's I just think it's a good thing to throw out there.
As we transition into hearing from the feminine, let's just bring this conversation to a close with a few breaths. Deep inhale, audible exhale. And again, breathing in together. And one more time. Bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul view. And as we move into women having an opportunity to reflect, I'd like to offer my reflection and my suggestion for the sisters who feel called to share is to start with the statement, what I honor in you is. What I honor in you is your humanness, is your raw and your emotion. Are your tears and your rage, your aloofness. I honor all of it. And I see myself in you. And as one of those independent women who's been walking this earth freely, thinking that she's free, I want you to know that I need you. I need each of your expressions. I need you. And I love you. I love you in your humanness. I love you in your masculine. I love you in your feminine. And so from the depths of my being, thank you for showing up.
Oh.
What I honor in you is the hope that you give me in the future. In a couple weeks, I find out if I'm carrying a little boy or a little girl. And I've been feeling like it's a little boy. And there would be no greater joy than to have a little boy raised in our community by all of you as the uncles. And you've just really inspired me. And I have no attachment, but really I want to thank you for being
I'm sorry I was sniffing this entire time. What I honor in you is the opportunity to feel your hearts. Some of you, all of you, some of you, when you share it, it's like, I feel like I have this barometer in my body. It comes out as tears, like when I can feel someone in their heart, it just like cracks me open. And I just, like every time I felt someone just come from that place, fearlessly delivering, whether it is anger or frustration or joy or gratitude, whatever it is, that like sincerity, what I honor is sincerity. Thank you. Thank you for letting me and us feel your heart. Such a gift. And I also cry because I'm moved. It's not like I totally get what you're saying. I'm like, I'm not sad right now. I promise I'm not sad. Full range. Yeah.
Oh, I honor you all so much for your openness. In holding space a year and a half ago, there was so much warrior energy. It was like, ah! And there was a flavor of that today, but the taste has changed, the flavor has changed. The warrior has come home. Mm-hmm. It's not that going out there being the hero's journey. But this is changing the world. You know, my world has shifted, my views have shifted, everything has shifted ever since last year. And I know it's going to continue. And I'm looking forward to hearing all about what's going on for you and your journeys as well. I deeply honor you all for being here tonight. This is really changing the world. And as the mother of a little girl, I mean, I'm inspired and I have so much hope.
Any other ladies? Now it's your turn.
to share whatever's alive for you in your heart.
What I already know is that you do give me hope. I'm here. I guess what I'd like to say to man is, I still trust you. Even though you betrayed me. I still know that there is loyalty out there, even though it's been broken. I want to say thank you for holding my crazy when all I needed you to do was hold me. In my life, when it has come to man, I feel like I've had a lot of promises in the dark. So I like to call them, I'm never gonna hurt you. I'll never break your heart. I'll be there for you. And I know I'm on my personal journey. Like, I really want to find my true love and my true soulmate. And I believe coming to things like this and listening to you men talk tonight and really open up has been really inspirational for me to know that this is part of the process and I'm gonna be okay. So I hope.
I honor you. For your own journeys that brought you to this moment. It's still new to me to see men be emotional creatures. And that stirs me like I cannot even describe in all the good ways. I am, in some ways, the cliche American woman. For a while, so they say. And I'm also learning to step into my feminine fully and surrender and be vulnerable. And you all are the example that gives me hope that there is a safe place to do that, and I can be loved and cherished, truly cherished. And there's been an inner battle, struggle of understanding that, like, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And yet, also knowing that I would choose a really good one. And I'm making space for that person or persons, whoever my heart is going to be held. Whoever can do that for me. So thank you for your greatness and your majesty and your fucking fullness and turning me on and stirring me and proving me wrong on all my old stories about what you used to be and stand for. I truly love you all. And I really honor you and thank you. Thank you for it all.
Ladies on the live stream, if you'd like to leave a comment in the Facebook group, I can check and read those comments. of what you honor in these men. If you're watching, you feel moved. Otherwise.
What I honor in you is your courage and bravery to take a risk and stand in the fire, to be so open and vulnerable with all of your emotions. You guys are definitely cutting edge of this, and we need you here in this world to be leading others. So thank you for that.
What I honor in you is your truth. Thank you for coming here tonight and being inspired and sharing with your walls down. That means so many. And I also give 100%. And thank you for doing that.
Oh.
What I honor in you is your strength and your bravery. Just showing up and actually opening up your heart and sharing the most vulnerable parts of yourself with us. And realizing that, at least for me, that truly it's, at the end of the day, you know, we're all human. And I was able to relate with you guys on so many levels. I mean, wow. This was so incredible to be here and feel your hearts. You guys truly touched my heart in such a deep level. And yeah, just even, you know, some of you said, you know, being able to express yourself and say, you know, I need you, or I need this right now from you. And, you know, I don't even do that a lot of times, you know, I keep that wall, and just you leading by example as a man, which is so rare, you know, it truly brought me home, even as a woman. Thank you for that.
One or two more? What I honor in you is your vulnerability, your courage, your truth, your rawness, just who you are, not all the masks and who you've been taught to be or anything, but just who you are inside. And thank you for showing us you tonight and giving me permission to be you. And thank you for the space that you guys hold and your hearts. I definitely felt your hearts tonight, and I also was like feeling really emotional, feeling like, why am I so emotional right now? But there's a lot of love, a lot of emotion in this room, and thank you for giving me that space to feel.
I'm going to choose to say the most difficult thing that I could possibly say right now. Thank you for choosing to be the person that I always hoped my dad would be. And he died before I ever got that. And it just pains me so much every day that he left without me knowing so much about how he really felt and what his experience was like as a man, and all of those deep feelings that a lot of you just expressed. And it was just so meaningful for me to like open my heart and feel all of that.
Any last shares from the women?
I would also like to honor all the places in which you spoke your truth in your heart, but also the places in which you still held back and didn't give it all, and didn't say maybe the thing that also was the deepest truth. And I know for me tonight, I'm sitting in the seat of where I really don't trust, and where I really don't love, and even in the beauty of all and the sacredness of the circle, where I still hit up against my edges and aren't willing to actually take it to the fullest place. So I honor that in myself and just hold that with what it is. And I honor that also in all of you.
I'm gonna try something. Can I ask everyone to stand up? And then I'd like the men to turn out and women turn in, and grab the hands of the person in front of you. So if you need to shift over a little bit so that you can grab someone's hand.
Yes.
Do you need, yeah, come over here. Come with John. Does everyone have someone whose eyes they can look into right now? Oh, here, perfect. So can we have one of you come over this way? And then go with him right there, next to Tanya. Yeah, you get your own man.
Oh, no, we have an extra woman?
Yeah.
We've got an extra
Have an
man.
extra man.
Extra man right here.
We have an extra man. Okay, come over.
Two extra men?
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Do we have any extra men right now?
Brent.
Brent, oh, perfect. Sure, come in. Oh, I can't pick up a hand. Okay, this is just what's coming to me in this moment. So, men, actually women, you're gonna start and you're gonna follow me, and then men, I'm gonna tell you what to do. So we're just gonna try this and see how this works. So women, you're gonna go like this. Let's go to, I'm gonna do a little snap. Women here. I wanna thank you. Can you sing that? 5, 6, 7, 8. I wanna thank you. Hold it there, and then you're gonna respond with this. I wanna thank you. Ready, men? 5, 6, 7, 8. I wanna thank you. All right, we're going to practice that again. Ready? Women. I wanna thank you. Here we go. To the men now. I wanna thank you. And back to the women now. I wanna thank you. To the men now. I wanna thank you. Starting to sound good. Here we go, women. I wanna thank you. To the men now. I wanna thank you. Yeah. To the women now. I wanna thank you. To the men now. I wanna thank you. Now really put your heart into this. Ready? I wanna thank you. Take it in, men, now give it back to her. I wanna thank you. Women, take it in, open up your voice now. I wanna thank you. You can hear her now, men, ready, go now. I wanna thank you. Root it down to the ground, to the women now. I wanna thank you. Men, you like to bring the bass through your voice now. I wanna thank you. Open up your heart, everybody sing now. I wanna thank you. And thank yourself right now. Here we go. I wanna thank you. Yeah, good company. Here we go. I wanna thank you. Oh, let me tell you now. I wanna thank you. Bringing it all together like a jam. I wanna thank you. Yeah, 'cause it feels so good now. I wanna thank you. Maybe you wanna give a hug now. I wanna thank you. Yeah, we can bring it to the dance now. I wanna thank you. And you one more time. I wanna thank you. Maybe mix the fingers if you feel it now. I wanna thank you. Maybe one more time, everything goes here. I wanna thank you. Yeah, 'cause you feel so good. And I wanna thank you. Yeah. I wanna thank you. Last time, give me group hug now. I wanna thank you. Can we all bring it in here? Get in here, Jaden. Everyone is somehow. People have to sit back. Wow. My arms can go underneath you. In my mouth. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being part of this amazing heart-opening gathering.
Thank you for bringing us all together.
Again.
Yeah. So, what we're going to do next, we're all going to go blow out the candles and complete our circle. And then we're going to grab food
then we're gonna have a little concert.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're just gonna share, we would love for you to stay. We're just gonna share maybe like 3-4 songs and get everybody singing a little more. And so yeah, we would love to share a little embodiment of masculine, feminine, woven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they're having a concert tomorrow.
Yes,
I
we
didn't
are.
say that, but.
Well, we'll give you guys a taste, and if you like what you hear, then we'll tell you what to
It'll be like an appetizer
Little snack.
tonight.
Just come for the meal.
Who's hungry? T, thank you so much. Thank you so much for creating the space and the offering and just having the vision to have us all gather here. And thank you to everybody who stepped in, whether you were here another time or whether you had no idea what you were stepping into. And I know that many of you stepped in with no idea what you were stepping
Tomorrow is our grand finale of the festival. So it's our turn to talk about sisterhood and all about being a woman. So please join us tomorrow if you can. And then Tuesday, Kai is throwing his last goddess puja here at the house. And then he's gonna get rid of this house. He has to move out. So, so if you're interested, Tuesday, come talk to this guy and you guys can come next Tuesday. So hopefully this isn't the end of our gathering together. All right, so let's go blow the candles, and then we're gonna get a group shot, everyone right there. Okay,
You want the group shot with the candles?
No, we can blow out one. I'm blowing it out.
No, you're
So beautiful, everything's catching up.
All right, everyone gathering on this side, and then we can mingle.
And then I was like,
Tanya. T. T. Can you talk to them? You need to talk to your audience.
I was just thinking that, like, this is like.
Tell them what's going on.
All right, live stream. So thank you for being with us. Feel free to share how that was for you in the Facebook group. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to take a short break over here, and we're going to grab some food, and then we're going to come back in about 10 minutes for a concert. So feel free to stick around, go take a break, go grab food for yourself, and then come join us.
Okay, I'm taking a photo. Okay, let's go.
We're just getting to have each other for a long time.
I feel very like stiff.
Do you need a little?
It's a little like, yeah, I need a little bit like, yeah, something going on. Eric, you're shaking. I'm shaking.
I don't know.
Eric.
Yay!
Oh, it's so
I feel like everything. So, so the video is 5 years now. It blends like all my sounds, like everything around it. On the power. Yeah, John, pleasure to meet you. Yeah, thank you so much. I feel. Yeah. That's all I need. Yeah. Come alive. Come alive. Come alive. Go. And comments can be awesome. Amazing. Yours is like conscious hip-hop. No, I'm actually obsessed with this instrument. Yeah. I am obsessed with it. It's like $5. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Is that your own? Yes. Dude, I have a very special, newly forming relationship with that instrument. Yeah. It's magical, man. It is. Like the first time I heard someone playing it, my heart actually like had a visceral response. That's exactly what happened to me. Yeah, and then I had a session with a friend of mine who's a healer intuitive, and she was doing energy work on me, and she had no clue. She said, "Heard the hum?" And I was like, "Let's show you something." I want to hear. So she said, "I need to start playing the hum." So. Oh my God. You want to go out without there's something in there that we can break sense. Oh my God. There's also a spot next door that is Brian, my boyfriend, has a spot. It's like a little work space. Plays music and works on computers and stuff. So if you're feeling like you just need to get around, there's a place to sit on and lie down on the couch or whatever. So it's kind of nice because it's not like really. Yeah, the luminaries, they're all pretty good rates. A lot of the people together. Yeah. We're not in a rush. Wow, cool. How long have you been playing that? It sounds like a month. Really? No. Ah, really? Okay. I'll show you something else. Really, and I can make it sound good. This is the guy. What do you guys think about playing? Yeah. What do you think? This is awesome right here. Look at this. This is great. The healing modalities all over the place. That's it?
Okay, then let's start.
Yeah, just make it happen.
Well, we promised live streamers. It's been half an hour. So I'm still.
Yeah, there are. They're there.
We'll see. They're there. Okay. So, is that on? Chris, are we ready to go down? Okay, let's go down.
What is that?
They're just doing their thing. What?
Yeah, music.
Okay, I think let's just start.
Start jamming.
Yeah. Chris, you want to sit? Should we be here? Should we be here?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Let's do our. Every time when this goes familiar staying, I will take my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah, myself be led. I'm gonna let myself be led. I'm gonna let myself be led by I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. It's been said to believe that you ask, so shall you receive. So take from me these troubles, bring me sweet relief, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm gonna let myself be led by I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. There is a river in its heart of hearts, a knowingness of my highest note. I am willing, I will do my part, where the river will never run dry. You all know that. I'm gonna let myself be led. I'm gonna let myself be led. I'm gonna let myself be led by I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah again. Hallelujah, I'm gonna let myself be led. I'm gonna let myself be led. I'm gonna let lifted by my to lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. The river will never run dry. Where the river will never run dry. That's confidently, not forcing, right? Luring. Oh, yeah. If you want to come and get cozy, cozy. I'm like trying to hold on to the biggest piece of shit in my chair. The whole time I'm going to do Where's Scott? Do you wanna do a little? Yeah. As the host of the stage. Yeah, I think so. And as a spaceship, you have fun.
This I've been playing for really very short periods of time. This is an instrument that there's every person can play. What's the name of it? Hand drum. You think this is amazing, not.
Just make sense.
Yeah, but you have to surrender to it. You gotta like relax.
You let it play you.
You let it play you. Yeah.
Sit for like an hour.
And you're in a trance. Full trance. So this, we offered to share a little bit of music initially with Tanya because in this container of honoring the masculine and really it's like honoring the masculine, we're also honoring the feminine. Because anytime we feel like we're offering an honor, it's really hard for anyone to not be honored. So we just wanted to share a little bit of weaving. This is a new creative partnership between Chris and I. We thought it was a really kind of beautiful ending to offer a little bit of a song alchemy, embodiment of masculine and feminine vocally coming together. And in this, we're going to also just provide a couple of experiences for all of your voices to be too. So this first song is a cover of a song by Pink and a man named Dallas Green, and they have a band called You and Me. It's a song. It's called
You and Me.
You and me are always each other. One knew the other was you and me, we belong together. Just like breath, yeah. I told you if you called, I would come running. Cross the highs and lows in between. You and me, we got two minds. Our hearts march to the same beat. They say everything happens for a reason. You can be the perfect for a person. Someone who will be there for you and all apart. Guiding your direction when you're riding in the dark. Oh, that's you and me. You and me are searching for the same right. Desperate for a joy. Well, someday I'll better than others. I've been walking as long as ago. They say everything it happens for a reason. You can be thought enough to perfect for a person. Someone who will be there for you when you fall apart. Guiding your direction when you're right in the dark. They say everything it happens for a reason. You can be thought enough to perfect for a person. Someone who will be there when you start to fall apart. Guiding your direction when you're riding in the dark. Oh, that's you and me. Oh, that's you and me. Oh, that's you and me. That's you and me. That's you and me. Teaching me a little bit about the honor of learning other people's songs. Because I've always been like, I'm a creative being, I can do my own song.
And Jess teaching me the honor of learning other people's beautiful song in a very, very short amount of time.
I'm very good at that. Yeah, you'll get to see Debbie. Debbie's going to do a song with us at the end that we just practiced for the first time together literally 5 minutes ago.
This is the opportunity to be the man that I knew I was always meant to be. Which is just like, okay, man, learn the song, do the thing. I'm like, I'm not a machine. So this is actually one of my songs. It's called All My Love, and it was born with the realization that we have a being in our lives who we have a lot of love for. The gift is actually our experience of loving them. It's experiencing love moving through us. And so a lot of times it's easy to contract or withhold that love because we're afraid of how it's going to be received. And then when we do that, we actually lose out on the experience of ourselves loving. So I've been given the gift of that experience, and I set out to do, just wanted to capture that idea in the song. This is called All My Love. Darling, I've been holding back, not giving you all that I have. I've been afraid to open up my heart all the way. Stop with all the games I play. I want you to say I've showed you all my colors, every shade in my dark secrets. But if everything we have to give would be lost if I keep it, so I'll give all my love, give all my love, give all my love. All I really want, all I ever really need is all my love, give all my love, give all my love. All I really want, all I ever really need is all. I've been listening to the voice in my head, believing all the lies it said about who I am. Whenever I see broken down shadow, now what if I can cover up my cracks, every dirty flaw, every last weakness? But if everything I try to hide is what I've been seeking, so I'll give all my love, give all my love, give all my love. All I really want, all I ever really need is all my love, give all my love, give all my love. All I really want, all I ever really need is all. Oh, oh, I love, oh, 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 I love.
Well, I know that this is spontaneous. Oh, so if you're gonna listen, you can tell me how it goes, 'cause I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I open up my heart and that is how I play. And when we come together, I know we can play. We stay in circles, it is our service. When we come together, we're living on purpose. So we are sitting right here. We are breaking through all of our fears, 'cause this life is us, and this is our choice. So how you gonna live and share your voice? All I know, the way I will is to show up so vulnerable, and you know I'm gonna bring that right now to all my love.
I love.
don't think I breathe.
My love. My love. My love. Oh, I really want, I never really needed love. My love. My love. My love. All I really want, all I ever really needed. Oh.
I would love it to make sure I reel it in.
We're practicing this out maybe after like 40 minutes, and Jess is just in the flow, and I'm like, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah? Two more? You guys down for two
Yeah,
more
yeah.
songs?
Well,
So this one, speaking of learning things in the last minute, we were just recently at a conference called Success 3.0, and they told me to be on standby to get up on the stage, and which means like, okay, well, I guess, you know, you can improv and stuff like that, but I wanted Chris and I to get to do something together, so I pulled him aside on one of the breaks, and I'm like, can you learn this song really quick? So he learned the guitar, learned the lyrics, and the harmonies, it was like the course of a break in the conference.
and we had a moment where this is totally irrelevant aside, but I think it's funny. So anybody know McDreamy, Patrick Dempsey?
Yeah.
He happened to be at our hotel. We're sitting there and I'm practicing the song. I'm like working my part, and then McDreamy walks by, and I'm like, I just look up and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, he's like, that sounds pretty good. And then he turns to me and he's like,
That's really good.
Alex Smooth.
You guys are the cowboy hat, the tractor.
So McDreamy heard it first, and you guys are gonna hear it second.
Did you go up on the stage? We didn't end up going up on stage, so we're singing the song for you now. At some point, the song is going to be a catalyst for change makers. So really, this was written really with each of you in mind. This song was written for people that are out there following their purpose, listening to what needs to be changed in the world, and making that choice. So I just invite you to find yourself in one of the lines in the chorus, and then definitely, as soon as you catch on to the chorus, start singing along the song.
You remember the pain, remember the tears, you remember the moments that
Don't let it lie, have been broken,
you remember
and there's a story made for stuff. Don't let the story live in prison. Living in miserable condition. There is a cost. What is the cost? So much pain, can't go through it again. What is the cure? How can we be sure? What is the healing start here with you? You heard the call, and then you made a choice to led up to the change, and now the world's not the same. You heard the call, and then you made a choice to led up to the change, and now the world's not the same. They're waiting for someone to give them permission. Well, the time is now. There's no time for trying. Open your heart. You heard the cry. Innocence down when love pours out. That's what the heart is all about. Innocence down when love pours out. That's what the heart is all about. You heard the call and then you made a choice. The light up to the change, and now the world's not the same. You heard the call and then you made a choice. The light up to the change, now the world's not the same. You gotta mime it a little bit. You are the call, you are the change, you are the choice. You are the one, you are the love, you are the force. You are the call, you are the change, you are the choice. You are the one, you are the love, you are the force. You stood for freedom to fight against slavery. Then you overcame fears and you faced your bravery. You lifted your heart and the fight. And lifted your voice and the innocent spirit, place me the grave with hope and love. And from the grave, courage and spirit, when time is right here. This is the mission that we live it right now. You heard the call and then you made a choice. The letter to the change, and now the world's not the same. You heard the call and then you made a choice. The letter to the change, and now the world's not the same. You heard the call and then you made a choice. The letter to the change, and now the world's not the same. You heard the call and then you made a choice that led up to the change, and now the world's not the same. You heard the call and then you made a choice that led up to the change, and now the world's not the same. No, the world's not the same. Oh, no.
You wrote that?
Pretty good.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Jess on the spot. I'm putting myself on the spot too, but do you want to do just that verse, that one verse of that one? Is that scary? Great proposition.
I mean, who would I be if I said no? I would really be like living my.
To be honest, I have more to lose here because I'm supposed to hold this down, and I just learned this song too. So Michael Frank was at the conference, and he had this beautiful song that I feel like just has such a potent message, and we'll just do a little part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys feel inspired, and you can take the call to action and start hugging and kissing.
John is there. He can sing with us. He knows it.
It goes like this. Everybody needs to love somebody today. Everybody's gonna get somebody today. Everybody gotta love somebody. Everybody gotta love somebody every day. Everybody's gotta love somebody at least once a day. Everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Everybody's gonna miss somebody at least once a day. Everybody gotta love somebody every day. Everybody gotta hug somebody at least once a day. Everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Everybody ought to miss somebody at least once a day. Everybody gotta love somebody every day. Yay. So, I guess we just have to learn.
We'd like to invite the gorgeous Debbie Victor to the stage. So actually, I want to bring Tanya up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when Tanya told me that she was doing this sistership circle launch, and she asked me to help facilitate tonight. And I always, share a little bit of song magic, song medicine, and these sorts of things. But I was like, what would it look like to take it up a notch? And she's like, well, why don't you write a song for Sistership Circle? And so she gave me the challenge. And as is per usual for me, I procrastinated until literally the day that she needed it. So the day after she needed it. And I was sitting out at the ocean, and I just literally tuned into her vision, and what she's doing is this song came out in 3 minutes. And but that's just how I know it's good. Like her changes. So then his brother and the sister and harmony, and so the song was really written to Tanya's essence, into the essence of his vision, which I realized is really to all of our essence, to all of our visions. Feeling around there. It's sounding so good. Yeah, give a round of applause to Chris. And it sounds much better when he plays it than when I play it. He's like, well, don't play the hook. I'm like, yo, just do your thing on the guitar. Let the love surround you. We are all around you. When you feel like you're floating in the ocean of love. Sister mine, though it took a long time, we let you in. I remember to surrender now, never gonna let you go again. To feel you. Story, adore you. Laughter. Sister, mine. Though it took a long time, we let you in. I remember to surrender now, I'm never gonna let you go again. Sister, mine. Though it took a long time, we let you in. I remember to surrender now, I'm never gonna let you go again. I remember to surrender now, I'm never gonna let you go again.
And these two ladies have been part of this vision since the very beginning. That was actually at our first launch back in January 2010. Is it my house? No. Oh, no, that's all. Yeah, that's all. And the very first sister circle was from that.
One more hug. One more hug.
I gotta get in on it.
Yeah, you do.
I gotta get in on it too.
Oh, thank you all so much for being a part of this, like such a part of it. That last song will be available for you all to have if you on this site, and we just thought it was powerful because it's like it's not even just from women to women. It's like just two sisters. All of us have sisters, you know, all of us have sisters. So just like thank you for embodying that, feeling that, and being a part of that offering, standing in that, and standing in this vision of women coming together so we can hold each other more strongly, and so we can hold men more strongly and our children more strongly and more powerfully from a whole and healthy place of love and connection and compassion. Just thank you for being here. If you want to come and see a little bit more music tomorrow night, 8 o'clock in Swedes.
The entree.
The entree.
And dessert.
Yes. Where is it?
850 Hygiene.
Is that a house? House is easy.
That's a house years ago.
Hygiene. Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Okay, so we're gonna beat two birds with one stone. So this is
Freestyle. Okay, I'm taking my For Your Voice class and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk.
Given the theme of the evening, it would be amazing to weave whatever word might be present for any music or a song. It's an opportunity to bring it all together, and because we'll be singing together, there's something really powerful that happens when we all use our voices as one. So, any words come to mind? Gratitude. Gratitude?
Adventure.
Okay.
Gratitude, adventure, and love.
Yes.
Sweet. Last time we did, I've done this with Chris one other time, but it was like spider, tiger, and something.
I got Kundalini once. All right. So here's the part that we all sing together and it comes back. Here we are. 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 About love, you said, friend, will there ever be enough? I said, look at the sky above. You know that there's true love. You are made. The earth remains. Moments we share. We always care. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Well, I guess it is my turn. We fall from the stars and they burn. The adventure is coming down. We find love all around. What kind of sound is the moon? The kind of sound that brings gratitude. I like to weave all the words in one flow, 'cause you know that's how my song goes. Baby, here we are. Yeah. Here it goes, I don't know how to flow. I don't know what's gonna come, and I don't care. Doesn't matter. I have or if I rhyme, I say gratitude. I am real, I don't really care what you think. And I'm saying each one of you can do this too. So open and open your eyes, I see you. So to complete the adventure that we're on, I've got to take You are my sister and brother. You are one, there is no other. True to me. Your presence, nothing. Here we are. Here we are. We're nowhere. Here we Here we are. Who knows where? Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Go. Really liberating. Like going there, like nose dive into one side of the fire. The eyes, like the Ouija board eyes, go like. She opens her eyes like from blissful state, like. So I go down.
Come play with the rest of time. Come play this with your other friends.
Yeah, ladies, we come here and then we'll go straight there.
Thank you.
Good night, live streamers.
It's still live streaming?
Good night, live streamers.